is talking to customers, bring them onto projects and so on and so forth. So that's right. A lot of business development,
Okay.
is what I'm involved in. And then I also do a little bit of. I'm leading the research group also within the consulting area. So we do some new, areas that we should focus on from a consulting perspective and so on. So yeah, those are the areas that I typically work in, right? So yeah, so this is in cybersecurity, so fairly technical from that sense. So
I was also wondering what are the parts that one is supposed to not that I understood. My engineering background notwithstanding. So I have a very interesting topic today. Uh,
yeah.
it's very unlike the topics that we've done so far. The thought in my head was that we cover spirituality versus science.
Okay.
But because the topic is so vast, I was also unsure how much ground we can cover in a small chat like this one. So I have kind of decided we will stick to personal experiences uh, rather than make it a global discussion. Like always, I have only one thought, the one that I want to start with. So I have a childhood memory of a neighbor who used to, uh, after his bath, he used to come and offer water to the sun every morning. And his balcony was right opposite mine. So every morning I used to come and sit there and I would watch him do that. Belonging to a Sikh family, we do not have too many rituals of these kinds. Um, so it was intriguing. I used to enjoy it. And over a period, as I grew more English in my thinking, I I was both a part of these things or I scoffed at these things, all kinds of mixed emotions about it. But presently, after all the journey, I realized that I have a lot of respect for people, the reason why they do something rather than the manifestation itself. So if it gave him some pleasure, it's all right. I personally come Sikhism. There is this uh, episode where people at Haridwar are offering water to the sun. So Guru Nanak turns around and he starts offering it in the opposite direction. And the people are quite annoyed. They ask him, what are you doing? He says, I'm watering my fields in Punjab. He said, you are here, how is it going to reach Punjab? So he turns around and says, if it can reach your ancestors and the sun god, why can't it reach my fields in Punjab? So as a Sikh, that is also a kind of upbringing I have been given. But interestingly, I have my personal view on this, which is neither belonging to one extreme or the other. So my question is, while I respect people who do this for whatever reasons they do this, how does one even talk to a scientist and say what is being done? If I sit in front of you and say Nilesh as a person with an engineering background and a scientific person, I cannot ever explain to you what I think about it, even if I come to the middle ground. So how do you perceive this as a person of science, and what is your point of view or your experience on this? I would want to start with you before I come to Sujata.
So yeah, I mean, like you said, right? As a person of science, obviously, all your thought goes around finding a scientific basis for anything you see or you hear from others, right? You always try to do that first, and that's always been my approach to anything, right? Even to spirituality, right? I mean, how do I equate it to, or how do I link it in a scientific way, right? Uh, while I've again rituals and rituals that people follow, while I'm okay with, like you said, also I'm also open. Let them, respect them for whatever they are doing. Right? They have a certain basis for doing certain rituals, and you respect them, right? But personally, for me, again, it's more of, if I have to get into that ritual, uh, how do I justify, why I'm doing it, right? From a scientific basis, from a scientific angle, right? Again, linking it to spirituality. Spirituality is something that I have experienced in a way. Uh, Again, in Vipassana, it's more about, you experience, and then you, uh, you know, uh, you experience it yourself, and that's how you start following it or believing it. Not believing is not the right word, but uh, uh, you go through it, right? You go through that experience, and you know that that's a real experience that you come out at the end of it. So that has been typically my approach, right? Uh, in terms of anything that anyone does, or if you are told that you do this ritual or do these things, uh, I might do it for the sake of doing it, but I may not completely be uh, aligned to it. And it's not that I strongly believe in something in that particular thing, but I always try to then link it to why the ritual came into place, and then try to put some thought behind it, right? So I always try to do that, right? I mean, that has been the approach that I've taken typically, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah. So what was the original question? Maybe I.
Yeah, so how do you perceive it? This is exactly what I was talking about.
Right, right.
So in that sense,
So
Sujata, if you were to is it that we try and make peace with the family or the surroundings when we are accepting these rituals? Uh, I'm not saying that I'm right now not getting into the difference between spirituality and religion yet. If the topic goes there, we'll see. But at this point of time, while we are going through the rituals, Sujata, how do you perceive them? Do you have any personal experience how you look at them, and what is your feel about it?
Growing up and generally seeing people around, I feel rituals are something that is very convenience based, and I have a problem with that. I mean, my initiation into spiritualism has been pretty late in life. It's only in the last 5 years since I stumbled into Vipassana and chose that to be a guiding factor for me. And I think the reason Vipassana is something that I connect so well with is because it is not ritualistic. It doesn't prescribe anything. It is not. It's very secular. It doesn't say what to do, what not to do. I mean that it's just a very, I wouldn't say easy, but the principles are not very complicated. Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas with rituals, look, I come from a Hindu family, and I've seen people do things at various times following rituals. And over a period of time, I used to be the child who would question everything and would get smacked at.
Okay.
Nothing much has changed. It's just that I don't get smacked. Things become sour. But yeah. Things like, right? I mean, for example, I've seen senior members of the family, they will do something during the day and then they'll say, okay, you shouldn't eat onions and garlic and stuff today. It is just basic sattvic food. And then one of your children will go and get some street food at night. किसी को वड़ा पाव खाने का मन किया, किसी ने कुछ और खा लिया. And then I would see this other person saying, okay, it's okay, fine. At least we didn't cook it at home. I'm like, what logic is that, right? So for me, I have a problem with that because it's like either you do something fully or you don't do it. So for me, rituals, religions, the things that we do I think it is all based around conveniences. It's all based around how you feel at that point in time in your life, what problems you are dealing with, and stuff like that. So I'm not a great fan of rituals purely because I don't know anybody who sticks to it religiously, quote unquote.
That is wonderful. So,
Yeah,
take forward, Nilesh.
there,
Uh,
yeah.
I think, yeah, this is one of the things that helps us develop the scientific temper, at least in India, when we see that the belief systems don't match up to the actions itself. Uh, but that is by itself a huge topic, I would think, uh, in terms of discussion of what we are trying to get to the hang of things. Uh, as a person, Nilesh, at any point in your childhood, or has there been a time when you picked up a ritual and you've been satisfied with it, and it has given you a certain sense of, uh, call it peace, happiness, joy, comfort, whatever? Has there ever, before your scientific education formally began, uh, as a kid or something, was there a time when you found yourself at peace with this kind of theory or this kind of practice?
So maybe not because of the ritual itself. Yeah, there are a few examples. Maybe it's not because of the ritual itself, but more because I have been exposed to it frequently, right? So then you reach a point where you feel at home with that ritual. Okay, and so that gives you some sense of peace. Okay, so one example is Ganesh Chaturthi, right? Everything that we do in Ganesh Chaturthi, right? In Mumbai, it's very integral to our life, right? Every year you have this constant thing, and then and when you are part of it, maybe it's you don't even realize that you're part of it and you're doing it. So, for example, we have this Ganesh Pandal in the society, and we used to uh, be part of it, be part of that community which works together, does everything in all those activities as part of Ganesh Chaturthi, as an example, right? Uh, uh, so you feel at home there, right? And then I'll take an example. When I came to Bangalore, for example, first year, second year, I was not doing it because it's not very popular here, right? So then you feel left out, okay? And then we started doing it here, okay? And then that gives you that sense of peace. Yes, that, you're part of this. It's happening, and then it's almost like you want to do it continuously, right? Because you've already been part of it. All those activities as such. So that's one example that comes immediately to my mind, where that's a ritual that we do every year, and that gives you that sense of satisfaction that you have done it. At a spiritual level, it gives you that sense of more of completeness, right? Yeah, you have done this, right? Uh, so those are the things that come to my mind, as an example, right? So those are the rituals. But maybe, but again, these are yeah, these are common things. I can't recollect, because at home in our house also we are not very ritualistic. On a daily basis, it's not that on a daily basis we do puja and all, and all that is not there. We do puja on occasions and so on and so forth. I'm getting into religion, but because that is the ritual that I'm exposed to, right? I mean, on a regular basis. So so those things are there. So it's not at home. It is generally, my parents have been pretty relaxed about these things, as such. But then something like Ganesh Chaturthi happens, and because it's part of you're part of the community and you do it, that becomes a very regular affair. And so that's the immediate example that came to my mind. So, yeah.
Okay, so